Maurice and Odie gonna take over like Zach and Cody. Black and Snurdy is the best podcast, gonna boom like Wile E. Coyote. Gonna meet magic, they move like they hairy. Ain't talking about mental health, no, it's not scary. You know that she coming up with the astrology. Mo got a comic and that's the best policy. Maurice the GOAT, talking about animation cause you know. Odie, she moving wavy like the boat. Watching some movies and she taking notes. Yeah, kick back, listen. Black and Snurdy have risen. Upload on a mission. 5 stars, never dissing. Black and Snurdy, ooh. Black and Snurdy, yeah. Black and Snurdy.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Black and Snurdy podcast, the only podcast where two sexy black nerds get together and shoot the shit. I, of course, am Mo, aka Kid Licorish.
And I'm Odie.
And we are the aforementioned Snurds here for episode 108 of the Black and Snurdy podcast. How are you? That's a double-edged sword. Like, you knowing, for the longest time, I've wanted you to know which one of these drops is the appropriate drop, and now
I don't know all the.
Now it's just a matter of you understanding timing. First
of all, you should have paused and let me press the button because you say welcome to the show, and I go. Burr, 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 burr.
How does that feel? How does that feel to get cut off?
Great.
with a drop?
You do it all the time.
Anyhow, how are you doing?
I'm hungry.
I'm also hungry. Yeah,
I'm hungry. I'm a little tired. I
could completely understand because we stayed up late. For the listeners, a little bit of background. We've actually done this episode already before.
This is 108 2.0.
Yes, this is the second version of this. Unfortunately, we were riddled with technical difficulties the first time, so we're redoing this. It's okay. It's all good.
It's gonna be better than it was.
It's not only is it gonna be better than it was, it's gonna be to a point where I won't have to edit shit because the editor doesn't like to edit shit.
Well, maybe.
No. Anyhow, is that all that you're feeling? You're just hungry and feeling okay?
I'm hungry. I'm feeling kind of tired.
Mm-hmm. You're tired.
I'm both tired and also like I think I'm just burnt out and exhausted. So you've been
burnt out for a while.
Yeah. And
like
burnout takes a long time to recover from.
Yeah, it most certainly does.
Especially when it's like compounded burnout from several years of shenanigans. But in general, I would say I feel okay.
Sure.
Which is not on the feelings wheel, but that's all you're getting at
the feelings wheel.
My therapist loves the feelings wheel. She gave it to me. She was like, "Can you please just like put this somewhere so that you can look at it because okay is not a feeling, and I would like you to talk about."
Is all right a feeling?
It's all right a feeling. Let me look it up.
Anyhow, while you're looking that up, I'm feeling okay. I had a bit of a scare this morning.
You did.
I thought I had to work, which is ironic because in the original version of this episode, it's almost as if I willed it into existence, this idea that I had a nightmare or a daymare fear that I was going to have to work.
But at least you didn't.
And it turned out I didn't.
That would have sucked.
They just messed up by keeping me on the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't adjust the schedule appropriately, so there's that. At any rate, we are here today to talk about a myriad of things. So how about we get into it? Are you ready?
Yeah, and I can't find a clear definition of whether all right is a feeling. I've been seeing a lot of things, whether it's all right, A-L-L right, or all right, A-L-R-I-G-H-T.
I spell it A-L-R-I-G-H-T.
Well,
all right.
There's a
like
difference.
Kendrick does.
If like we're going to be all right is different than everything she did was all right. I don't know. Like, that's the two different.
Well, yeah, one is 2 words and the other is just 1 word.
Yes. Either way. Yes, I am ready to jump in. I'm going to say we're going to start off on a high.
Yes, let me.
And then we're going to just go slowly and deeper into more and more bullshit.
Yes.
And mess and shenanigans.
So shall I drop us into this with the pop topics drop?
Pop.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting
Yes.
that's the. We're gonna have to do it anyway because
Pop topics.
we're gonna do pop topics. But I still want this episode to be titled "Pop Topic Drop It."
Pop topic, drop it.
Yes, pop topic dropics. Oh my goodness, you are just something really happened to you because you became boring.
You got a friend in me.
I know. No, that
You've got a friend in
not
me.
naming any names, but a close friend
When
of
the
mine has
close
gone through
gone.
a drastic change and has now become a different person. I'll
As
just
we
put
all
it that.
do. As we all do.
You know what? Change is growth is always happening.
Yes.
You know, we are always changing, we're always growing, we're always evolving. So this might be their period where they're, you know, just a boring person.
And the thing is, with our friends, our family, our lovers, whatever, we should learn how to grow with them.
Yes.
And be flexible.
Yes.
And change with them and be able to navigate what ways we will move through the world with our friends as they grow and change into the new places of their life.
Yeah. Sure. So hit us off with that first top. Hit me with that top.
You love tops.
Yes.
So we are we are yelling congratulations to Dorthy Tillman II, granddaughter of civil rights icon Dorthy Tillman, who was a alderman in Chicago, also worked with Dr. Martin Luther King, and just created. What is happening?
If you are looking at the computer, I am.
Oh, you're showing. Okay.
I'm showing the image.
Okay.
Yeah, you might want to adjust yourself if you want to be seen.
You are correct. I should do that.
At any rate.
Anyway, so Dorthy Tillman's granddaughter, at 17 years old, has gotten her doctorate from Arizona State University. Congratulations. She started college at 10 years old.
Whew.
I think when she was in middle school, her mother enrolled her in a community college. She got her associate's degree, and then she went to she was doing remote online classes. First, she got her master's, and her associates. She went on to get her bachelor's. Then she went on to get her master's, and then 2021 she started her PhD in integrated behavioral health from Arizona State, which is amazing. She has a double master's, which I didn't read before, but that is huge. I mean, I have a bachelor's.
Yeah,
like
we both have bachelors.
Both have bachelors. Like, of course,
mind you, getting those bachelors was a difficult task in and of itself.
That was hard at 18.
At 18, so I can only imagine. And I said this previously, but I'm gonna reiterate it again. I really hope that, like, anytime I ever hear these stories, my hope is that the individual who is so advanced that they're going to college while they're 10 years old and getting masters and doctorates before they turn 18. My hope is that they were able to live a fulfilling child life.
Yeah, I mean,
or had a fulfilling childhood with friends and the same sort of, you know, learning and growing shenanigans that children tend to have at younger ages and stuff, because there's so much. That's a lot of pressure to put on somebody who is so smart. It's why I feel like the show Smart Guy is a secret tragedy. It's a secret drama.
Girl. Do, 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 do. Now I also agree that when you have a child that's very smart and is moving through the curriculum really quickly, you have to find ways to keep them engaged. I know for me as a kid, one reason I used to get like in trouble in class was because I would finish my work really quickly and then I would just be bored. So then I would either start talking to people or I would walk around the classroom or go to the bathroom or whatever.
Sure.
Or start doing work ahead. And that was not great because you can't go ahead in the classroom. They don't like you to do that. They don't like asking questions outside of what you're learning.
What the parameters are.
Yeah. So it's like either your parents are going to have to spend a lot of money to put you into like an advanced school, which I remember there was a school in Long Island that my older sister almost went to called Friends Academy. And so my sister's 3 years older than me. And
I'm sure you really wanted to get into Friends Academy.
Friends? Yes.
Oh,
more friends.
Side note, sorry, before we continue, side note, did you have the Kinderman growing up? Or maybe that was a Baltimore.
I'm sorry, what is it called?
That was a Baltimore.
The
that
Kinderman?
The Kinderman.
That might have like a. Does he sell Kinder chocolates?
No. He was like it's short for kindergarten man. I guess he was a Baltimore local like child hero. He had the Kinder song, which was Friends, 1, 2, 3. All my friends are here with me. You're my friend. You're my friend. You're my friend. You're my friend. Friends, 1, 2, 3. All my friends are here with me.
I would like to hear that with a Baltimore club beat behind.
Oh my goodness!
Because I feel like it would slap. It would be a bop.
Now
it would go hard.
Now I kind of want to hear it with some drill.
But no, I was saying that like the Friends Academy was very expensive even as a kid. So I'm thinking of like if you have one child or multiple children who are advancing faster, you either have to decide whether you're going to spend a crazy amount of money to put them in school with people in their peer group who are also smart and advanced, or do what her mother did and start her taking college courses and all of that, and just, make sure she also has other segments of her life, because she said right now she has she's a co-founder or a founder of an organization for STEAM, which is STEM plus arts. She's a dancer, choreographer.
I was so confused about
because before it was STEM, science, technology,
engineering, mathematics.
But they add the A in there because it's
for
STEAM,
arts,
because you need all of them. You can't just be one or the other. You have to be a well-rounded person in all you do.
Yes,
and you should be learning all these things because actually all of them are going to help you. If you do sports, but you're also taking a dance class, but you're also learning like physics.
If you're doing math, then that'll help you with music.
Exactly. And it's all these things help you with everything. So she does that. She has that foundation, which is supposed to help other kids who are interested in STEAM, find their place, especially, young Black kids. She's a beautiful young Black woman. She has the world ahead of her. And at 17, I mean, honestly, being done with school, like imagine being fit. Like you don't ever have to go to school unless you want to. That to me sounds great. And as a Black woman who's always, the running joke is that like when Black women are bored, we decide to go back to school, which I would say is true. Because
that absolutely is true.
It's 100% true. Because I'm constantly like, maybe I should.
I've maybe had that conversation with you, and I was just like, is it you don't like just put some. All you have to do is just put some arts and crafts in front of you, and then those conversations go away for a little bit.
I do love arts and crafts.
Is it that you want to go to school or you need a hobby?
School is the hobby. Okay.
That's a hell of a commitment to make to a hobby. Like, an argument could be made that this podcast is a hobby, but the hobby is lower stakes than signing up to get up at 7 a.m. to go to a class where some dude is talking at you for an hour and a half.
You know that Black women enjoy being learned people.
Good.
And getting all the things.
Online college exists too.
Yeah, but that's hard for me. Honestly, I know that there are a lot of folks who are neurodivergent or have whatever.
You get easily sidetracked.
And they are good with online classes. I need to be sitting with you in the classroom, looking you in your eyes and talking to you, because I need to be able to, I need to interact with the material. I need to interact with my classmates, and interact with the professor to be able to make sure I'm getting the material, I'm asking questions. Remote learning is not something that I love. I could do it, but it would really be a very it would definitely be a feat of ingenuity for me to create the structure and routine that I would need to be able to, one, remember that I have to go to class, because it's just there in the ether. Like, I need to have a thing. Like, I need to be a solid, tangible, touchable thing that I'm doing. Sure. But again, we are shouting you out, Dorthy Tillman II. And shout out to you, Dorthy Tillman I, who created you walked so your daughter and granddaughter could run. And now look at what one person
you
can do.
walked so your daughter could run so that your granddaughter could fly. And she is flying all over the place.
She is. And I hope that she is just happy and healthy. Allegedly, she's going to prom. So hopefully she gets to do that.
Why is that an alleged?
Well, it's allegedly because the New York Times wrote an article about her, but because of fucking paywalls, I can't get into the article. But it's
okay. It's only alleged because you don't have the resources to verify.
Go to the New York Times. They're saying she went to prom. It was in the headline. They had a little graph on it, but I can't read the whole article because paywalls. So,
yes.
Hopefully,
and Lord knows you don't need another subscription.
Yes. Well, actually, I do have the subscription to New York Times, but for whatever reason, it's not working right now. Who knows? I don't know. But either way, congratulations to you. I'm sure you're going to look amazing at prom. Have a great day. And maybe she'll decide to be like, you know what? I'm just going to go to Spelman.
Sure.
For another degree. Just I'm bored.
Yeah.
Why not?
Sure. Yeah. Wow. We spend a little bit more time on that than
we should have. Well, she deserved it.
She does deserve it. Next,
all right, next
you know who else deserves it?
Sha'Carri Richardson.
Sha'Carri Richardson.
She won the Prefontaine Classic in her first 100-meter race for the Olympic year. So that she'll be going to Olympic trials next month for the Paris Games. Mm-hmm. Congratulations to her. She had a 10.83 second win in Eugene, Oregon. So good for her. Also, who else was in the race? 2-time Olympic gold medalist Elaine Thompson-Herah from Jamaica. She came in last, but it was at 11:30. So it's like, you're still
y'all are still some fast ass motherfucking motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I was gonna say assholes.
I
don't know why.
They're not assholes.
They're not assholes.
They're stunning, beautiful, amazing.
Y'all are
goddesses.
Fast. Y'all are fast people on this earth, and y'all are pushing yourselves
to the limit. Push it
to the limit.
To the limit. Cause we're in it to win it. In it to win it.
Is that Cheetah Girls?
No, that is either High School Musical or the jump in with
Corbin Bleu.
Corbin Bleu, yeah.
Whatever happened to Corbin Bleu?
He's actually doing. Remember, I was telling you
he's doing Broadway.
He's doing the Little Shop of Horrors because I wanted to see him in it.
Good for him.
Love you, Corbin Bleu.
I was like, this is how you know that you are diversity in a predominantly white thing in the early to late 2000s. If you had that Corbin Bleu afro,
so you were a black person with a racially ambiguous.
But you had that afro. You had that curly hair.
You had the afro.
Yeah.
Didn't matter how light you are.
It was a more fuller, bushier Justin Timberlake afro.
Yeah, because Justin Timberlake afro was a perm.
Yes, it was.
But you know what's funny? There's at the bookstore down in Ditmas Park. Mm-hmm. There's it's called Taylor & Co. And the one of the owners, his name is, I believe, Andrew. He kind of reminds me of Corbin Bleu. When I first walked in there, I was like, he looks like somebody. And then I left and I was looking on Instagram and I saw Corbin Bleu doing double dutch in the streets of New York. And I was like, that's who it is. Oh. That's why I felt
Corbin.
He's, but the bookstore is very lovely. And they got my book, Blood at the Root, by Ladarian Williams in there very quickly. So 1, go to the bookstore, and 2, buy that book because it's really good.
Where are you gonna put that book?
In the bookshelf because there's still space.
Where?
There's many shelves that I could put the book. So anyway,
this is a point of contention in my household is putting things in places where it needs to be. Anyhow,
you know who you
no
you knew
no
you
no
knew.
no 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 no
You knew.
no
You
no
weren't
no,
surprised.
I didn't. I was surprised that it was as bad as it was.
No. You knew. I'm very
like
transparent.
no, you're not.
I
Like
am. I'm a super transparent person.
you glue yourself together in this facile image, and then everything drops when you get so close.
Well,
and now
don't you appreciate vulnerability and transparency?
No, I don't. Lie to me. Keep the facade up forever. All right, next we got Amber Rose. What the fuck is Amber Rose doing?
We're getting into the shit.
All right, here's some
shit.
shit that she recently said.
Backstory on this: Amber Rose was pictured with Donald Trump at some event. Don't know what the event was, but she was there with him. And so she and the Orange Troll, in this picture, she's of course getting flamed about it because people are like, "What the fuck, Amber Rose?" Because even regardless of Amber Rose's how she came to fame and all that, I feel like for a good portion of her celebrity, she has been like she's
been a champion for
difference
like
and
women's rights and women's acceptance.
She did the slut walk of like, don't tell me what I'm supposed to do with my body. She's been a champion and proponent of the LGBTQIA community.
She was taking back the night.
Taking back the night, being pro-black, all these things. But then it seems now, seeing as like she's not with Kanye anymore, she's not with that child that I think she has a baby with, or she was gonna have a baby with, that 21, 22-year-old boy that she was with for a while. I don't remember who it was.
Khalifa?
No.
Wait, was she ever with Wiz Khalifa?
She and Wiz Khalifa were married.
Sure.
They have a child.
Sure.
She was dating a younger man, like how, what's her name? What's not Drea? Is it Drea?
Sorry. Yeah.
Is it Drea Michelle that's dating like the 22-year-old?
I believe so. Yes.
So she was doing that also, and I want to say they might have had a baby or were supposed to. I don't know, but either way, she has kind of lost relevance, really. You don't really see her. She's not on any sort of reality shows. Well, she was on College Hill. She got beat up, or she tried to beat up
Jocelyn. Beat up on College Hill?
I think she tried to beat up Jocelyn, but Jocelyn, the Puerto Rican princess, got hands. Is not afraid to use them. So it's all spiraled out of control.
Sure.
But for whatever reason now, she was posing with Trump. And she's doing that thing that we've seen many black celebrities do, and white celebrities, but we're talking about the black community here. Black celebrities who are running low on engagement, running low on brand deals, and they need to figure out a way to make themselves relevant. They go to Trump because they know, and we'll talk about this a little bit more later, but like the idea of rage baiting, which it's like you being manipulative to try to get likes and get content.
Yeah, basically you take an outrageous piece of content in order to cash in on it for like likes, clicks, uploads, downloads, votes, in order. Yeah, and
because now she doesn't have to, if she doesn't feel like the black.
I don't think that she actually believes any of this shit.
No, I don't believe that she believes any of it. So she said in response to folks coming for her about being with Trump, that in one post she put that Trump is for black people because Biden doesn't care about them, and then in this post she's talking about Trump siding with women for not wanting biological men in women's sports, a reasonable compromise on abortion, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, we already know that 45 and his ilk do not care about anybody but the 1% of wealthy white men.
And then arguably, they might not even care about them. Like, they only care about them so that they serve their purpose.
Exactly. I mean, it doesn't matter really whether you are a Black person, a white person, Asian, Samoan, Pacific Islander, Latinx, whatever diaspora you're a part of. Trump doesn't care about you. If you don't have money, land, corporations, resources that he can exploit and use, he does not care about you. And he will do whatever and say whatever to get you to vote for him. And still, he's fake. And this is he's the
all
fake
I want to
person.
say is that Trump doesn't care about us. All I want to say is that Trump doesn't care about us. Beat me, hurt me, hurt me. Okay, all right, okay.
Okay, good. My head was hurting. Anyway,
yeah.
Amber Rose started that girl because we don't know you anymore.
Yeah, you're on the sick and shut-in list.
You're like
you're not. You know what? Is it to the point where she can come to the cookout, but she has to be relegated to that table where all the uncles and aunties that have
still
very
listen to
problematic takes and listen to R. Kelly and Diddy, which we'll get to later if we have enough time. Yeah, like
I don't know.
Or is she just not invited to the cookout? I
don't know if I want her there at all. And it's like, it's just a shame. And just use your light skin privilege and your pretty privilege.
That's a drop I need to get. It's a shame.
For good. Like, that's just use it for good. Like, no one asked for this. And you could have just shut up. You didn't have to respond. You could have just had your picture taken and gone away. Because even I was telling you yesterday, what was his name? The rapper Chef G?
Yeah, Chef G.
He apparently, now first of all, do not know who Chef G is. Only reason I found out about this because when we were celebrating Doug's birthday, happy birthday, Doug. Oh, today's actually his birthday. So happy birthday, Doug. One of his friends showed us a video we were talking about Chef G at the rally in the Bronx with Trump. And they mentioned that apparently Chef G was in jail or was going to be in jail. And now all of a sudden he's out. So it's the same thing that happened with like all the different rappers who have endorsed Trump or said he's not a bad guy recently. It's because he's gotten somebody off from their camp.
Sure.
And the fact is that when you are someone with money or influence and an audience, you are going to say or do whatever you need to say or do to make sure that you're getting what you need, and with or without the thinking about how this is going to impact your community, which is why I have said multiple times, I don't know if I've said it on this podcast, but after a certain point, people are not black, white, yellow, brown, they are green. They just care about the money. And if the money is coming to them in whatever way, they will do it. And also, conservatives are fucking idiots. Do you remember that time that black girl, she put this whole GoFundMe up about, like, I don't know if she said, it that she said she got kicked out of her community or her
for being conservative, and it turned out it was a scam.
Getting money. I'm going to, if y'all ever see me, this is a public service announcement. If you ever see me saying or doing anything outside of what you could glean my politics are, because I'm sure that there's probably a certain idea of who Odie is.
Sure. Essentially, if you go conservative, it's only for the money.
Oh, it's 100%.
It's only for the money.
I'm going in there.
Same with Maurice. If Maurice goes into conservative politics, you better believe it's just for the money.
I'm gonna be the inside woman. I'm going in there.
You're different. You're trying to do like I'm a
Denzel
Trojan
Washington.
horse type thing.
Of course.
A Denzel Washington, a Manchurian Candidate. Is that what you're referencing?
No, Denzel Washington, inside man.
Well, I mean, but he wasn't the inside man, right? In that movie,
he was the police officer.
Clive Owen was the inside man.
Clive Owen, right? Okay,
yeah. Denzel Washington was just the detective.
Detective. Okay,
yes.
No, I'm doing Manchurian Candidate. I'm getting in there. I'm getting money, and I'm going to put a lot of earmarks. So all of the money is going to go to various different progressive groups. Nobody's going to know, because how would they know?
I'm sorry. I just now know in my mind, like, now I just want to use Denzel Washington movies as like adjectives and verbs.
I mean, he has a large catalog.
Yeah, I'm gonna Book of Eli this shit. You know,
I do too. I want to do
I'm gonna preacher's wife this shit. I'm gonna man on fire this shit.
Oh, that was a good movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, fuck you, Amber Rose. You're not that cute to do all this shenanigans. You have had the same bald head for the last 20 years or whatever at this point. Do something different. Get another face tattoo. Get another BBL or something like that. BBL Amber. Maybe you and Drake could actually link up because, two confused Black people.
Yeah.
Who need help from their community, like serious help.
Yes, agreed. Yeah, let's keep things moving. We don't have a lot of time.
We have time,
no, we
but
don't.
I'll be fast. 2, someone else who's also rage baiting. Cameron.
Yeah. Do you want me to? I think I have the video.
Do you have the video?
Yes.
Is it going to play sound?
I should have checked before
All
this.
right, but
we will see.
Roll that beautiful bean.
Thanks for being here. First, when you saw that video of Diddy, Cassie in that hotel, did you recognize that Sean Combs?
What I want to say, first of all, when I seen the video, everything in the video was egregious. I'm against. I don't support all the charges that's alleged against him. I don't support any of that trafficking, minors, domestic violence. I'm totally against it. So when I seen the video, yeah, I was kind of upset with it. Being that I know him, he's not necessarily a friend, but yeah, I was upset when I seen it. But
did you
as far as
recognize
everything
him?
I just said?
Did you recognize that kind of anger at all from your experiences?
I don't know like that. What do you mean? Do I be recognized? Did I recognize him? I seen him. What do you mean my experiences? I seen him and I thought it was disgusting. I didn't do a zoom in to see if it was really him or nothing, but he admitted it was him, so yeah, it was him.
What did you think about the apology that he gave in that other video?
Ain't me for this. The apology ain't for me. It decides for Cassie. What I think about it don't matter. He ain't do nothing to me. Cassie need to ask Cassie if she accept the apology. I told you how I feel. I said what I said.
I want to play a conversation that you had on your podcast back in September with Mace. Listen.
Yeah.
When you had your record deal, why did you take me to Biggie Smalls and not Bad Boy?
Man, it's almost gonna bring me to tears to say this. I just, being that I saw you as such a good friend, I wanted to put you with somebody I knew with.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. A lot of people ask me that on Instagram, man. Don't have me just out here crying and shit, man. I don't want to get emotional in here, man.
Instantly, I knew Biggie would do right by you.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that? I mean, is there something known in the industry about how Diddy treated his artists?
So I'm going to get some cheeks after this horsepower joint. I'm just going off what Mace said. Mace took me to Biggie. I don't really know Puffers like Mace know Puff. So I appreciate what Mace said. And of course, that's my brother. So if he felt that way, then he felt that way. I can't really tell you how Puff moves or anything like that. Mace may know better than me because he was signed to Puff. I wasn't. But my show does come on at 8 a.m. Eastern on YouTube. It's called It Is What It Is. And y'all make sure y'all check it out. I mean, I might get some.
Okay.
All right. That was first off.
Killer Cam.
His drink is called Horsepower.
That was so rude.
Why isn't it called Kilograms?
That would have been a better name. That would have been a better name.
Thank you
for your honey packet juices.
Yeah.
But that was really disrespectful to me. Like, one, Abby Phillips, first of all, shout out to you, Abby Phillips, beautiful Black woman who has the reason why she has this show on CNN. But if you have not known anything about Abby Phillips since she was been a journalist for a very long time, she actually went to school in DC while we were still there. And I think she went to Georgetown. Okay. And she came into public kind of not fame, but like people's notice, because when she was covering the White House, there was one time Trump was very rude to her. And obviously all the Black women and journalists were like, fuck you, don't do her like that. And so she's gotten.
So she has been in a situation before where some man has been fucking disrespectful to her.
So, know, she did great coverage.
If she's a woman in America, then
and a black woman. You can only imagine a black woman journalist on TV. Like what she has to deal with. I mean, she's beautiful. She has a beautiful husband. She just had a beautiful baby. And she's a great journalist. And having Cameron on here, some people were asking why was he there. To me personally, I do feel like this was one of the times they've interviewed Cameron for something that made sense.
Sure.
Because he's a peer of Diddy. He knows him both through. Like, he knows him as a person. He works with Mace. They have a close relationship. Obviously, Mace and Diddy know each other. So it would make sense that you're asking a hip-hop legend, which I would say Cameron's in hip-hop legend status.
Yeah, I would say so.
That you're asking him about misogyny in hip-hop against black women, against women.
Yeah.
And the fact
you might as well be trying to get answers out of a wall.
Like, he's acting as if, after this interview, he was trying to defend himself and saying, "Oh, they didn't tell me what they were going to be talking about." First of all,
it's CNN. They know how to vet their fucking guests.
This not only that you vet when you, as a journalist, when you're interviewing someone, I don't think there's any time I've ever interviewed somebody, no matter how big or small they were, their like name was, where you are not giving them like a breakdown of topics. Sometimes people do have a gotcha journalism.
Sure,
this isn't it.
Yeah,
what you came on? You thought you were coming on CNN to talk about fucking horsepower and your podcast with Mace?
It's a lot like that fucking Dave Chappelle bit where it's like, oh my god, this major thing has happened. Let's cut to fucking Ja Rule to figure out what's going on with him so that he can make sense of this all. Like, I understand that this is Diddy and they wanted to get somebody who was in Diddy's realm, but at the same time, like, of all the people to choose, fucking Cameron.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, maybe he was
the dude said that he wouldn't snitch on people in the last major interview that I can remember him from like the
killer. Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna be talking to him. I'm gonna get him out the hood myself.
Sorry, I'm just gonna do this real quick.
What are you doing?
Lift this up just a little bit. I don't want to show my tummy. Anyhow, continue.
Anyway, one journalist that I really enjoy, Ernest Owens, Mr. Ernest Owens on Twitter, said it very succinctly. Cameron coming on CNN and being disrespectful to Abby Phillip while she's asking him about Diddy's misogyny pretty much sums up the state of black women and sexism in hip hop. His actions answered her question on live TV. Because not only was he rude, the drinking, talking about you're getting buns after this, sir. Go fucking take your Metamucil and take a nap. You're not getting buns. You're going to go soak in some Epsom salt to cure your old fucking bones and like sit in your pink moo or whatever. Like, don't be rude and don't disrespect a black woman like that.
Do you think that Cameron has a pink slanket? Or
yes, he does.
Pink,
he does.
What? I used to have a slanket,
you
but
mean,
that's an offshoot
of not a slanket.
No. They were called Snuggies. But I had a slanket.
What is the difference?
Shout out to my friend Mari. She bought me a slanket for my birthday, and I still own it. It's the pink one that's still in the thing that we can't get.
And we still have to get Mari her a birthday / baby present because she did that. You are a queen, Amari. And
yes, you are.
And please
shout out to you.
Listen to Wrestling Wrap Up.
Yes.
With Maury and Matt.
Yes. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to both of them. Yeah, Maury and Matt.
We love
we love y'all. They're friends of the show. They've had us on a few times.
We gotta have them on here. Now that we're doing StreamYard, I think we could do it.
I think it is possible to do it with StreamYard, just because they do it with StreamYard too.
Mm-hmm. That's how we got on here.
But
one thing I wanted to talk about the rage baiting. Go to the Conscious Lee. He's that on Instagram, on Twitter, probably wherever else. I follow him a lot. He's a great black. He's now okay. Sorry, let me tell you what his title is. He has an MA in adult education HR. And he does Black History. And he's the host of Wondery Media's Black History for Real. But he did a really great Instagram video on rage baiting that I think you should watch, because I think that all of these things from Amber Rose, Cameron, and just the general state of social media and the world right now is a lot of rage baiting.
Sure.
And I think that people should pay attention to that and learn what to and what not to get yourself riled up about, knowing that people are going to try and be assholes, because that being an asshole is what gets engagement. Being drama filled is what gets engagement. And don't let the haters win. Don't just hate watch for the sake of it, like I did the Society of
or like I did with Velma season 1 and season 2. Yeah.
I still don't think I finished. I
wait, time out. The American Society of Magical Negroes. You hate watch that? It wasn't that bad.
I fell asleep.
Well, yeah, but I fall asleep in movies all the time.
That's a difference.
Doesn't mean that's a bad movie.
When you fall asleep during a movie, that's just because you are
that's because
tired.
I'm tired and I'm smacked. Like
you are like you take cat naps at all times.
Yeah.
I am not someone.
I fell asleep at American Fiction.
You did, and that was a great movie.
And that was a really great movie.
They have it now on streaming, so we can watch it.
Yeah, it's on it's on MGM Plus.
What the fuck is MGM Plus? We have that?
No, we don't have that.
No, I saw it on one of the streaming platforms we have. It might be Peacock.
I don't have my phone on me. I
don't know which one, but we can.
I'm guarantee you.
Please watch American Fiction.
Do you want to bet?
No, I'm not going to bet. I don't remember which one.
Do you want to bet?
No, I'm telling you. I only bet when I know.
Fuck you.
First of all, I still got to get my nails done for my bet at that point. So, anyway, now we are talking about somebody who we have some folks who were at the film festival in France.
Yeah, the Cannes.
The Cannes, or the Canes, as I like to call it. That got into a little altercation. Now, it was Travis Scott and Tyga. What the background is, we don't know. All we know is there's a concert going on, and then you just see a very terrible video from a 1999 Nokia, where someone is showing them getting into a little kerfuffle.
Yes, a kerfuffle.
Play that beautiful bean footage.
For the listeners, it was extremely hard to see anyway.
Yeah. What was the second video?
It was the you want to show the second video
too? Yeah, show the
too?
second one, because I think that's the one where they had people talking in it about and kind of showing what they were doing.
All right.
After that, somebody
it was hard to see, but it's Tyga and Travis Scott doing a fucking brawl.
They're yelling Tyga and Travis are fighting, and then you hear somebody on a mic go, "Please, everybody, stop fighting." So who knows what was going on? Tyga and Travis Scott were both with Kylie Jenner. Because Tyga has a baby, and Travis Scott was a pedo who started dating her when she was 14, or tried to get at her when she was 14.
I think it's the other way around.
No.
Travis has the baby with her.
Yes,
and
sorry.
Tyga was
Travis
the one
has the baby. Tyga's the pedophile.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to bleep that word out too.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's a child liker.
Yes.
For background, Black China, Kim Kardashian besties for quite a time. she met Black China when Kylie was a young girl, maybe preteen, between like 10 and 11 or whatever. 14, 15, Black China and Tyga break up. Next thing you know, Tyga and Kylie.
Is it Kylie or Courtney?
No. Courtney's it's Courtney, Chloe, and Kim.
But yeah,
Courtney's
but
who is married to Scott Disick?
Who does Travis Scott have a child
Travis
with?
Scott has a child with Kylie. Kendall's the one that's currently with Timothée Chalamet, who they were alleging they were having a baby, but that wasn't true. Do you want to bet on who Travis Scott has a child with?
No, because Autofill told me that it's Kylie.
So maybe that was what the fight was about. Please, people, if you were there, if you were in France, write in. We want to know. But fuck you, Tyga, always. You're a terrible rapper. You're not cute. You have dusty looking braids. And
yeah, it might have been over Kylie.
You also are a child liker, which is disgusting. And also disgusting that her mother and sisters allow that and siblings allow that to happen. Because I swear for God, if someone that I knew tried to talk to my teenage sibling, they're going missing.
Trying to strike a chord, and it's probably A minor.
So that happened. And then another altercation happened at Cannes. And this one is a little bit more to my taste because I was
wait, what? It's to your taste.
No, I'm going to tell you why. Because Black women in general, especially in the media industry, you're constantly on. And people are constantly trying you regardless of who you are. Whether you're Oprah shopping in Paris with someone's telling you can't afford something, whether you're Beyonce in some place where people are staring at you and telling you can't afford something or looking at you weird or not allowing you to join, put out the music you want. Or you are Kelly, motherfucking beautiful ass Roland, at a film festival looking gorgeous, and a security guard tries to step to you. Now, please play that beautiful bean footage.
We gotta find a different way.
I like that one
to call it.
You don't like it? The beautiful bean footage?
Play that beautiful bean.
I like that.
This is not a bean commercial where there's a talking dog for some reason.
Can we have more? Where are those bean commercials? I love them.
All right.
Bring back them.
All right.
The woman knows what happened. I know what happened, and I have a boundary, and I stand by those boundaries, and that is it. And there were other women that attended that carpet who did not quite look like me. And they didn't get there scolded or pushed off or told to get off. And I stood my ground. And she felt like she had to stand hers, but I stood my ground. And that's it.
Now, first of all, did you see Kelly's face?
Yeah, she looked like she was about to cry.
Like, can you imagine
having to go through that?
One of the...
Alexa, pause.
Can you imagine being one of the biggest stars in the world? Being now, I don't know why she was at Cannes, because she fucking can, because they wanted her to be. She's gorgeous.
I mean, she acts too. She was just in Grownish.
She does. No, of course she acts, but I mean, like, she was there because one, she's gorgeous. People want to see her in their clothing. She's a big name, and she's someone that just adds flair to wherever she goes, right?
Sure.
The security guard at Cannes, not only the first video I saw that last weekend was Kelly politely walking up the steps. The woman keeps kind of trying to push her along, all that, stepping on her fucking expensive ass couture gown. And at the last second before she goes in, Kelly had to turn to her and say, "Get your fucking life together. Don't talk to me like that. I'm not shouting." I don't know if she said that, but that's what it looked like. She had to put her finger in her face.
Yeah.
And say, "Calm the fuck
once
down."
A black woman puts her finger out,
once the finger comes up,
you know some shit's going down.
When the finger comes up and the neck starts moving, it doesn't matter who I am. Get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah.
And it turns out that it wasn't just Kelly, because she was obviously the first one we saw, the biggest star, but K-pop icon or idol Yoon A also was being manhandled by this woman. The woman, and now Yoon, she was being very sweet and just trying to move along. She's also like, now I have seen her before, but I don't really know her. But she's obviously a K-pop idol, so she's a big star, but probably not in the sense of like a Kelly Roland. So she wasn't able, and also probably a little bit more, you could tell she's a little bit more demure. She was just trying to like be understanding, right? While this woman's fucking stepping on her dress and pushing her along and getting in her fucking shots that are going to impact the shots that come out for this dress that she had on. She looked stunning. Then another actress, a Dominican actress, I hope I'm saying her name out right, Maziel Tavares, she actually had to push this fucking security guard because the woman was stepping on her dress, pushing her, trying to get her to move. Like, okay, now we'll try to put the links in the thing, but look at how this woman she's pushing on you. She's covering her up. She's not letting her get her fucking shots off.
Like, okay, so I understand that at these big festival events, there are a lot of like step and repeats that are being done, and that because time is limited, like there are people who are a part of the festival staff whose job it is to, you know, move things along, move people along so that like everything can go according to whatever schedule is there. At the same time, I'm of the mindset of just don't touch people. Don't like not leave people. Well, I am a proponent of leave people alone, but don't touch people. Don't like grab people or like shoo them off or anything like that. Like, I understand that schedules need to be adhered to and need to be kept, but like you're talking about like these women of color, like do not touch them, do not chew them, like give them the space to get their shit off. And you know,
the thing is like, this is the fucking Cannes Film Festival.
Yes.
This isn't the White House. You're not trying to do some sort of large UN summit.
There's no way that you're getting paid enough to have that level of authority that you think that you have.
And so Maisel, she posted up on her Instagram like, we need respect, because you could see the woman, the staffer is stepping on. She had Maisel had this beautiful long white dress and had a huge cape that was going back with like a train, and it had the face of Jesus on it with the crown of thorns. Now, beautiful dress. I don't know what prompted it or whatever, but either way, she deserved to have her dress fucking shown. And you are not telling me that this was such an issue that they need to push people, because I watched.
It also seems sacrilegious to step on a dress with Jesus on it. Like,
you're going to hell.
Yes, you're going.
You will not see heaven.
You will not see heaven.
But
you're going to hell.
You can't tell me that I saw plenty of other actresses on the film, on the Cannes red carpet. People were moving through. They were not being shuffled around. They were not being embarrassed, because that to me would be very embarrassing. So just fuck you. And the thing is about France, you can't just fire people because they have all those rules. Like on one hand, that's good. On the other hand, people like that, should not be working security on the Cannes Festival, because if you cannot stop your stupid French discrimination and racism, French people are very racist. If you didn't know, like, they're very racist, they're very xenophobic, anti-Semitic. Just check down the list. You'll find it. It's the
secret reason why I think my best friend hasn't gone back to France, even though her family hails from France. She is I didn't want to say her name, but
believe it.
Black woman whose family is from France. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Like, her mom's side's from the Bronx, her dad's side's from France.
Did not know that. But I mean, like, I've been to France lots of times, and when you go there, you could see that there is a disconnect, even though, like, obviously French people are like, I'm very French and like all that, but There's a lot of things that need to be worked on. And honestly, fuck you.
Sure.
Now, another fuck you is going to go to Drake. I'm going to go through this quickly because we have some more stuff to talk about that I want to get to.
We're
going to get to it. We're going to get to it. I'm going to do it very quickly. Don't interrupt me. I see the time.
Mm-hmm.
Drake, fuck you. He was on Sexy Red song, new song, You My Everything. And towards the end of the song, he decides to rap over the BBL Drizzy beat, saying, me and the surgeons got history. I changed a lot of girls' lives for real. They need a new body. They hit me. Hey, BBL Drizzy, they want a new body. They asked me for it. The last one, Jung, he did it for free because I sent over so many past ones for him. But Red, don't even worry about all that shit. Just keep it natural for him. I swear. I got passion for you. I swear. I got attraction for you. I swear.
Sorry, the Metro Boomin beat for BBL Drizzy is just such a fucking bop.
I can't wait for Homecoming because I want to see the bands do something to
BBL Drizzy?
To BBL Drizzy and
not like us. Yes.
I can't wait for the oh my god, the steppers.
Oh, the steppers are gonna go crazy for Not Like Us.
They're going to go fucking crazy.
How much you want to bet that people who are going to be I forget the term, walking the line,
their intakes, they're going through the pledge process.
Yeah, like they're burning sands.
The intake process.
No, they're burning sands.
The burning sands.
Like they're gonna be doing that to.
This is what I see.
Ain't not like us.
So they're gonna. It's either gonna be like the AKAs against the Deltas. On either side, there's gonna be a Not Like Us. I would say probably
somebody's
the Deltas.
Gonna do Not Like Us.
Actually, maybe even the Zetas or the SG Rose. Or it's gonna be against maybe the Alphas and the Kappas or the Sigmas and the Qs. Maybe Iotas. Maybe if they trying to get flying freaky. I'm seeing maybe, but I hope so.
That's also why I didn't like Grownish because
he joined a random ass fucking fraternity that was not even real. He
turned down going to Howard University in order to go to a university
BWI.
in college. Just to join a random ass fraternity,
and it was like a black, and they were trying to be like the Qs. It was very, if you're not gonna have him at HBCU, just get some D9 confirmation and join one of those. He could have been an Alpha. He could have been maybe not a Kappa, but I could have seen the Alpha. I could have seen a Sigma, even Iota. Come on, there's so many.
Wait, is Iota the ones
the
that
Iotas are
from
the
Baltimore? Based in Baltimore?
Hold on, let me see.
Because one of those, somebody told me that I would make a good one, and it was the one that's
the Centaur Brown and Gold. Yeah, they were started at Morgan State.
Yeah, Iota.
Yeah.
And I gave it a good college thought of you know what, maybe I'll join. But then I found out that it's such a small fraternity that only one or two people cross every single year, and I'm I'm not about to be bullied by a bunch of people by myself. You know what I mean? There's no brotherhood now. It's just okay. Sorry,
that is actually false now because when we graduated,
because I know that the hazing process is no longer there.
Well, when we graduated, actually, because remember Ollie Montgomery from the School of C, he did the radio.
Sure.
Shout out to you, Ollie. He was Iota. There was several people crossed. But because the thing is, the D9, if you know anything about them, the first D9 were the Alphas.
Sure.
Which I want to say was 1909.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Iotas came out much later. I think that they were in the 80s, 83, I believe.
Sure.
So when people talk about the D9, sometimes they don't they're being a little shady to the Iotas because they came later. But that doesn't mean they're not still a D9, because at the end of the day, at this point, it's been 30 plus, 40 plus years, 83, like it's a long time. So they are an intricate part of our Black history, and they deserve respect.
It's not D8, it's D9, and they're one of them.
Should have had a V8. Anyway, so now real quick. Now this is something that I would say
I think we should do this on a whole different, because we're at our time. We're at our time. I think we should do this as a separate supplementary thing.
Fine.
And then we can go off it. We want to be able to give these stories the
breath that they deserve.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, I agree. Okay, now can we just before we go, just tell me one thing that made you angry, one thing that brought you joy.
Okay, the thing that brought me joy, of course, doing this podcast with you, but also having the day off.
Yes.
The one thing that made me angry was
waking up and thinking you had to work.
Waking up and thinking that I had to work. Like that pissed me off. Like it was scary and it was terrifying. First, I was afraid. I was petrified. But then afterwards, now, I'm mad both with myself and with the organization that I work for that put me in that position to feel terrible about. What about you? Real quick.
Right. Something I feel angry about. Please go read this article on The Guardian by Jenny Kleeman. It's called America's Premier Pro-Natalists on Having Tons of Kids to Save the World. There are going to be countries of old people starving to death. Look up that article on The Guardian because it is a very scary article, because these people, one, they hate children. They're white supremacists, even though they want to try to act like they're not. And the wife is also neurodivergent, which, of course, if you are a part of any neurodivergent groups, that white neurodivergents, they always like to blame their shitty behavior on being neurodivergent instead of just shitty or ridiculous behavior on being neurodivergent, when in reality it's just because of them. And they don't seem to understand that, but they always love to be oppressed. So please read that. It's very scary. They're not and the worst part is, they're not even evangelical Christians who are just having all these kids because they're like, God told us. They're like, we need to make sure that there's more people in the world, when in reality we don't. There's a lot of fucking people. We don't need to all have 10 kids. When the Lord said be fruitful and multiply, there was 1 million people on there. We're way past that. One thing that made me happy, okay, Mom, don't listen. I got a new toy and it's very lovely. I got a new toy off Amazon and I like it.
And it's everywhere. It's like a fucking Where's Waldo of this apartment. Sometimes it's here, sometimes it's there. I leave and come back and it's in a different place every single goddamn time. Every fucking time. It's just everywhere.
I got a new toy. Listen, I love toys. They're great. We should be playing toys all the time. Why shouldn't we? Okay. It's our prerogative. Although I will say,
put it in a box or something.
Too much usage will be, you just got to be careful. You can't play too much because you could hurt yourself.
Are you gonna actually heed your own words, or are you not? The answer is no. You're not.
I'm going to try.
You're not going to. I know you're not going to. You know how I know that you're not going to? Because I know you. Unfortunately, I know you. You're gonna pay lip service to this fucking thing, and then it's gonna fucking fuck, we have to get out of here. All right, that's enough. Thank y'all for listening to the podcast. We will be back next week, and take it easy, keep it sleazy, and
fuck capitalism, fuck imperialism, from the river to the sea.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the show. If you'd like to contact the podcast, you can reach us via email at blackandsnerdypodcast@gmail.com. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok at Black and Snurdy Podcast, as well as on Twitter at Black and Snurdy. You can find me, Maurice, on all social media under the handle Licorish is Legit. That's LICORISH is legit.
And you can find me on Instagram. It's ThatsOD, THATSOD.E. And on Twitter, THATSOD_E. And don't forget to like, rate, and subscribe to us. Tune in next time to the Black and Sturdy podcast, where nerds of a feather flock together.
Remember?
Bye.
Boy.
Not yet.
No, this is keeping it. We're keeping this in. Don't forget to take your meds and your subs and drink water. Bye.
Bye.
I actually want to keep that.